Hello, welcome to Cherish Yoga. Today we are focusing on tight back and tight hips. So if you feel either of those, this is going to be the perfect practice for you to try out. You don't need anything today besides a chair. So if you need to get yourself situated, get comfortable, go ahead and do that, and then we'll get started. Okay, as always, we're going to give ourselves a few moments to transition into our practice together. Oh, I always find this time so helpful to go from whatever's been happening in the day, whatever my mind is on, to really being able to just kind of wipe that clean and really focus on the practice. So we're sitting comfortably in our chairs. Noticing the inhale and exhale. Noticing your feet connected to the ground, noticing your hands connected to your thighs or wherever they might be resting. Grounding us down into this moment, to this time, so that we can be present physically, mentally, emotionally. Intentionally releasing tension on each exhale. So as we exhale, we release tension from the top of the head all the way down through the tips of the fingers and the tips of the toes. Feeling the abdomen expand with the breath. And then release on the exhale. Beautiful. We're going to sit tall. We're going to start with just a little gentle neck movement. Today is all about the back and the hips, specifically the lower back. Tight back, tight hips. It can come from a number of different things. It can come from being sedentary, so sitting, or if you've ridden in the car for a while, you'll notice you're feeling a little stiff when you get out. Or having more of a sedentary lifestyle where we sit around and kind of watch TV a little bit or just whatever. All of that can lead to stiffness. Let's make some circles with the nose. Could be from an injury. It could be from postural problems, spine problems, and reverse. Could be arthritis. The lower back or hips, any of that can cause this stiffness. And when we're stiff in the lower back and hips, let's look forward and roll the shoulders. Then that can cause mobility issues because we're tight through here, which makes it harder to do a lot of things. Harder to get in and out of the car, harder to reach down and tie your shoes. It can lead to an increased risk for a fall. It can lead to pain. So there's a lot of different not consequences, but issues that can arise from tight hips and a tight back. So we're going to work on that today. All right, we've moved a little bit. We're going to start with, this is one of my absolute favorites. I call this one the ragdoll. You've probably seen it before in a video or done it in class. I call it the ragdoll because it just feels like we're being a ragdoll. Everything is loose and relaxed. The legs are wide. Okay, and the reason that we widen the legs is so that we can also get the hips to open up a little bit, get the inner thighs to open up a little bit. But this one I really want our focus to be on relaxing the upper body. So let's do that a few times. Let's sit tall. And then we're just going to relax in the upper body all the way from the hips through the top of the head. Everything relaxes. And then we sit tall and we do that again. And relax. Okay, from this relaxed position, we're going to begin to make circles from the hips, but the upper body is completely relaxed, allowing it to fall forward, which begins to release the lower back. We're going ever so slowly today. Okay, keeping the head, the neck loose and relaxed. We go to one side, kind of releasing down toward that leg, and then we come across the bottom. And up to the other side. Good, let's reverse that. Let's do 2 slow ones, sloth speed. Here we go. Release the upper body. Allow everything to dangle toward the ground. We're finding a nice curve in the back here, and that's allowing us to release those back muscles as we come across the bottom and then up around the other side. Good, one more. And as always, with every practice, listen to your body. If you know you have back problems, you have back injury, whatever it might be, disc problems, nerve problems, and you feel like anything that we do is not good for your back, then please feel free to modify, skip it, rest through it, whatever you need to do. Good. All right. This next one is going to be a variation of a seated goddess pose. So we're sitting tall, our legs are wide. The wider we can get our knees, the more our hips are going to open. We're not torquing anything. We don't want any injuries, but we're opening up those knees. Okay, first of all, our arms are just resting kind of just to the middle. Imagine you're sitting on a clock, and your head is going to move from 9 to 3. You could even take the arms behind the legs if that's a little more comfortable. Just find a comfortable position for the arms. Good. Nice side-to-side movement here. Nice side-to-side stretch. Now we're going to go from 10 to 2. So we're keeping the back we're keeping the back straight this time. So the back is straight. The head is moving from 10 to 2. Now we're starting to open up in the hips a little bit more. So when we keep the back straight, we're targeting the hips and the inner thighs. When we allow the back to bend, we're targeting the lower back. Good. Now 11 and 1. Again, this is super slow. We're taking our time today. Straight back. If you don't know if your back is straight or not, try to get yourself in a mirror, not right this second, but at some point try to get yourself in a mirror or in a reflection. Do a move like this and just check yourself out. Look kind of sideways in the mirror and see how it looks. Good. And then finally we're going to go to 12 o'clock, straight down the center here. Straight ahead, keeping the knees wide. Adjusting your arms as necessary. You might even find that taking your hands to the kind of the tops of the legs above the knees, or maybe just inside, you can use those hands as a little bit of leverage to push the knees back slightly and gently. Again, not torquing anything. You could also use your elbows here if you wanted. Good, let's do one more. We're going to go ahead and stand up. We're going to come behind our chairs. We're going to do another back stretch here. So go ahead and stand up. Adjust yourself so you're directly behind your chair. Okay. We're going to take our hands to the back of the chair, stepping back away from the chair. So we've got a good distance between us and the chair. We're going to take one toe back behind us. Now, we may not reach nose to knee, but that's what we're aiming for. That's the movement that we're finding here. So we're bringing the knee in toward the nose and bringing the nose down toward the knee so we get a big curve in the spine here. Again, you don't have to touch, don't even have to come close, but we're curving through the spine. Nice and slowly. We'll do about 4 on one leg and then 4 on the other. let's switch legs. All right, extend the leg back out behind you and then nose to knee, curving in the spine. Exhaling as you bring the knee in. Inhaling as you extend it out. Let's do one more. Good, and release it down. Excellent. Now we're going to leave our hands right where they are. We're going to step the right foot forward. We're coming into a big lunge today. This is our high lunge. Just about as wide as you can get your legs here. Good. Now, if your lower back is okay with this, today we're going to bring our upper body straight up so we can get a nice stretch in the hip flexor. If that doesn't feel okay, then bring your body forward until that releases any discomfort you're feeling in your lower back. Good. Now, to make this a little more intense, we can bring the hands to the heart if you'd like to, or you can keep them on the chair. Totally your choice. Okay, to come out of this, we're going to open up in the hips again. We're going to take the hands to the chair. Go ahead and bend your back knee. We're going to rotate in the hip. What that's going to look like is that back knee is going to open all the way up to that opposite wall, our opposite side. Good. Now we're in a standing goddess pose, and we're going to just open up the hips, take a little bend, reaching the knees toward the back wall, and then we'll come up out of it. Beautiful. Let's go to the other side. So we start in this big lunge. We've got our left foot forward this time. Big lunge. Back knee is straight, front knee is bent. And then again, we're either going to keep our upper body up, or if that kind of pinches your lower back, you can release it forward. Hands are on the chair or at the heart. Reaching the back heel toward the ground. Good. Now hands come to the chair. We're going to bend the back knee, and then we're rotating that back leg. So that knee is going to open all the way up to the opposite wall. We're going to take just a moment in this pose. If you need to come out of it for a little break, you can come out of it for just a moment. Then we're going to come back to it. Good. If you find if you're stable enough, you can go ahead and bring your hands to your heart. You can continue holding on to the chair. Reaching the knees toward the back wall. Allowing the hips to open up and release on the exhale. Push into the ground to come up. Beautiful. All right, here we go. We're going to walk our feet in. We're going to sit back in the chair. Okay, again, we are opening up the hips today. Trying to release in the hips and the lower back. And now, your feet do not have to be all the way out here for this one. This is a turtle pose or a tortoise pose. So we're going to take them out. Try to get them wider than hip width if you can, okay? Now, this is a bit complicated to get into, but once we do, it's going to be a nice stretch for the back. So we're going to hinge forward. Now the arms, the hands, are going to dive under the legs. Okay, once you get as far forward as you can, you're going to stretch the arms out to the sides, reaching those fingers to the sides. Now, you might not go down very far. Okay, you might be here and reaching the arms to the sides. You're still getting a back stretch here. Okay, so just go down as far as you can. We're going to hold it here. And then we're going to walk our hands to the center, and we're going to very slowly come on up. Beautiful. One more pose for us. Let's cross the ankle over the ankle, or the ankle over the other knee. Now, normally when we do this, is our pigeon pose. Normally when we do this, I like to keep a straight back, a nice long back, and hinge forward. We're going to change it up today, though. I'll actually turn sideways so you can see a little more easily. So we're crossed at the ankle or the knee. We're going to inhale, nose to ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. Let's release the arms to the sides. Again, inhale, nose to ceiling. Exhale, chin to chest. This time we're going to begin rolling down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Good. And then when you're ready, inhale it back up. And exhale down. Chin to chest, and then like you're rolling up a cinnamon roll dough. We're just rolling through the spine, keeping it curved, keeping it relaxed. Let's do one more. And then we're going to hold this one at the bottom. So curving down, chin to chest, and then roll like the cinnamon roll dough. We're rolling it down. And then hold it here. Everything's relaxed in the upper body. And before we come up, go ahead and take the top of your head, shift it over toward the foot, and then toward the knee, leaving your back kind of curled up here, curved so that we're now stretching a little more along the sides of the back. Roll it up, and then we're going to switch legs. So other leg is on top, either at the ankle or the knee. We're going to inhale, look up, exhale, chin to chest, and roll it down, rolling down and up 3 or 4 times. And then when you're ready, holding it at the bottom, moving with your own breath at your own pace here. The next time you get to the bottom, go ahead and hold it here. You're going to slowly shift the head over toward the foot, the top of the head, since you're kind of curved up into a ball here, and then over toward the knee. And again, shift it over toward the foot and toward the knee. Good. And then we're going to come on up. Beautiful. Okay, and now we've come to the best part of any yoga practice. We're hopefully nice and relaxed already, so we're just going to sit back in our chairs. We're going to settle in. Keeping the breath deep, relaxed, gentle. Thinking back through our practice today, Kind of scanning through what we did, remembering if there was any stretch that felt particularly good in your body. And then just tuck that one away for later. Anytime you need to stretch out in your back or your hips, just pull that out. Take a few moments to stretch. And now we're going to gently find movement in the fingers and toes. Maybe the jaw. The wrists, the arms, wherever feels good. We're going to blink our eyes open. We're going to take an inhale. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, float the arms down. One more time. Inhale up. And exhale, hands to hearts. Thank you so much for taking the time to join me today and practice together. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.